Welcome to Sri Sabha, a journey within.
In this podcast, let us analyze the second verse of Aparokshanubhuti. Aparokshanubhutirvai prochate moksha siddhaye siddhireva prayatnena vikshaniya muhurmuhu. Now, let us look at the Anvaya of this second verse. Moksha siddhaye vai aparokshanubhuti prochyate siddhihi eva prayatnena muhurmuhu vikshaniya. Let us analyze what this actually means. First, let us begin with the word moksha. Moksha siddhaye means for the attainment of moksha. But what is moksha? Moksha means many things to many people. Over time, its meaning has been painted with hues from non-Vedantic texts, some mystical, some escapist, some devotional. But as students of Vedanta, let us return to the source. Let us ask, what does moksha truly mean in the Vedantic sense? Moksha means freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from suffering, freedom from samsara, and the freedom from bondage. Moksha is not freedom from life, but freedom from our bondage to it. So, how can we attain this freedom? We know that karma is inevitable. Even in the act of breathing, karma accumulates. So, do we stop acting? Do householders abandon their duties and take up sannyasa? No, that too is not the answer. Householders have their dharma. So do sannyasis. Running away from whatever path of life we have chosen is not freedom. It is escapism. Some seek freedom from Bhuloka, hoping to find it in Brahmaloka. But karma binds us in every loka. The problem lies not in the world, but in our gaze. We are looking for freedom outside when it must be found within. Where within? That within is in the right state of mind. Freedom is not escape from duty. Freedom is not intellectual understanding. Freedom is the attitude with which we meet life. It is when you do your work with full sincerity and let go of the result. It is when forbearance turns into nil expectation. It is not indifference, but a humble acceptance. You still care, but you do not let the result bind your mind. Sleepless nights from endless worry, that is bondage. And no external thing can free you from it. In fact, external often adds to bondage. So look within. Search the deepest corners of your mind. Ask yourself, have I done enough? Am I satisfied? Know that Ishvara is karma phaladhata. This is the heart of karma yoga, action without attachment. Freedom is not in the act but in the attitude. We do not control the outcomes in Vyavaharika. We only control our attitude. Accept what comes. Do not be a mental slave to the immeasurable anubandhas that arise. This is moksha, this is Jivan Mukti. Let us now turn to the heart of this enquiry. What is Aparokshanubhuti? We begin with Anubhuti, the experience. Experience comes in many forms. In all worldly experiences, we engage with the external. We see, hear, touch, taste, and think. But how do we gain such knowledge? That is through the pramanas. Pramanas means a valid means of knowledge. Vedanta recognizes 6 pramanas: Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, and Shabda pramanas. The important thing for us in these is that, except Shabda Pramana, everything deals with objects, things we perceive, infer, or compare. This is what those means of knowledge help us with. The object is anything we come in contact with, but the subject, which is I, the Atman, remains untouched by these. To know the self, we must turn to Shabda Pramana, the wisdom of the Vedas, the words of the Guru, and the Mahavakyas that point to the truth. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, these are not poetic metaphors. They are mirrors held up to the self. But even Shabda is not enough. It must be assimilated. It is not just heard nor just understood, but it has to be realized. This is where Nididhyasana comes in. Deep contemplation where teachings dissolves into silence and the silence reveals the self. When the seeker no longer sees the self as an object but as their own nature, that is Aparokshanubhuti. Let us now reflect on the phrase Vikshaniya Muhurmuhu. It means this must be contemplated again and again. This is the process of Nididhyasana. Not a flash of insight, not a momentary spark, but a slow, steady assimilation of Shabda Pramana, which is the wisdom of the Vedas. Books, podcasts, lectures, they can guide, but they cannot deliver realization. The self is not found in words, it is revealed in silence, which is got through assimilation of the Shabda Pramana. Nididhyasana is the art of applying the teachings to everyday life, to see through the veil of duality, to pierce the fog of avidya, to recognize the self not as an idea but as a being. This requires effort, not physical but cognitive. It is a subtle work of intellect, the refinement of discernment, the quiet revolution of perspective. As the verse says, Vikshaniya Muhurmuhu. Again and again, not once, not twice, but until the veil dissolves. Next question that comes is, who can do this? Only the adhikari, the qualified seeker. We have seen this in our previous podcast. The one who is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna is the adhikari, the qualified seeker, who can do Vikshaniya Muhurmuhu. Such a seeker in this verse is called Sadbihi, that means the one with a pure heart. Not pure by ritual, but pure by intention. Not pure by birth, but pure by clarity. Only such a heart can assimilate this knowledge into Aparokshanubhuti, direct realization. And only such a mind can be free. Freedom is not a place. It is not a state after death. It is the quiet dignity of the mind, unshaken by the outcomes. Finally, we abide in our true self, which will give us Paramananda. We will analyze our third verse in the next podcast. Om Tat Sat.